Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast from the Space and Time crew. My name is Ryan Ozzy Smith, and this is Angela Yuriko Smith, and we're here to talk about some of the stories and poetry that are going to be in issue 152.
Yeah, we're moving on to July. We finished with the June wrap up last week, and now we're talking about July. And I'm just gonna make a little note that I feel like we need echo on your voice when you're like, space and
Space and
time. It just
time.
feels like it needs more oomph there.
Yeah, well, with live, I mean, I do have old school things set up with weird voiceover stuff
Oh
in
yeah,
here,
you
so
could
I
do that next week.
could potentially do that, but then no, just no to that.
Yes, maybe not. I'll work on him. Okay, we'll get some special effects.
Every time we do these podcasts, I'm always thinking to myself, oh damn, I need more coffee. I need like we're always kind of rushing, and we're like, oh crap, it's like we're 5 minutes late. Oh, what's going on? So
Well,
that's a thing.
We do have sad news. Probably nobody watching this really cares that much, but Brazil lost. Brazil is out of the whole thing. So, last week we were very colorful with our Brazil flag and, all that. And this week we're just a little bit in mourning.
In football
In
or soccer,
football, yeah.
football. So yeah.
Depending on how you want to say it.
Well, I saw a volleyball game this morning at the gym. So, like, there's other games going on as well. But yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
FIFA is kind of a big thing in America, at least,
Yeah.
because it's in America.
Yeah,
So that's a thing.
yeah.
But,
So,
yeah,
well
so...
done, Brazil.
Well, that's not good. I'm looking at the replay, and it's not looking very healthy right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it
was
probably just froze up on that end.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. So, in regards to the
The new issue that will actually be releasing tomorrow.
yeah,
It's already up on pre-order, so anybody who wants to go grab it on pre-order, you can get it now. It's in all 4 editions available. The dyslexia-friendly edition, the large print edition, the ebook, and the regular standard print edition are popping tomorrow. I'm very excited about this issue. We have, they say all-star cast. That's pretty much what this TOC is. This is an all-star cast TOC. We've got Lisa Marie Wood, Elle Marie Wood in this issue. President of the HWA. We've got Gordon Lensner, the father of space and time, John Shirley, Mark Leslie, who a lot of people know from Kobo and Draft to Digital fame, and just great lineup. I'm not even going to talk about it all because we're actually going to talk about a few of the pieces in this, which is what we're doing on Reading Space and Time. We talk about these each week. And today we're going to be talking about Lee Murray's Milking. I have such a funny story about that. Ever-Changing Landscape by Olivia Sailor, Caution When Hunting Unicorns by Jamal Hodge, and A Ravenous Cloud by John Shirley.
Did you want to say something about the pre-ordering on the website, exactly how it works, so then people kind of know what's going on?
Oh yeah, well, just if you pre-ordered on the website, you can go ahead and process your payment and everything. It's credit card, PayPal, like all the things. It's run through PayHip, and then the issues start shipping out tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, we actually have quite a few pre-orders, but yeah, if you look at the top of the link, you'll see where you can select your edition.
Yeah,
Standard print, large print. Or
also with
dyslexia.
the ebook, you will get kind of a place filler, which is a PDF document. So when you receive it, it says you will then be automatically receiving the ebook once it comes out. So to be delivered by July 7th, and yeah, just so then you don't think you're not getting it. We were testing that out, and we had to have something in there as a placeholder. So that's kind of the situation.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and it's popping tomorrow. It's going to be released. We're already on August. We're selecting August. All the August poetry has been selected now. I'm looking over the stories, and we're deciding the last minute on those, which ones we're going to take. And yeah, we are like cooking.
Cooking with Crisco. All right, so
today, though, we're talking about Space and Time 152. And I think we're going to talk about Lee Murray's story first, right?
Yeah. Milking is the first one. I believe it's on page 5.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. So the funny thing, the backstory on this story, the backstory on the story.
Yes.
This was an invite-only issue, and the reason why we did that was so that we could get ahead an issue. And so we invited people because Whoever decided that 1 month was enough to handle everything for every issue was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who that could have been.
Yeah, the jury's out on that. We're not talking about that anymore. But so we did an invite only issue in July so that we could be an issue ahead now. So the open submissions was for August. So when somebody, that same crazy person, and we again don't know who that is, they did all the invites. Lee is a personal friend of theirs. And so they talked to Lee about it in a very casual way of like, oh, we're going to have invite only and I'd like to invite you, blah, blah, blah. But then that same person forgot to actually send the invite to
Oh,
Lee.
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Stop talking about yourself in third person. Like, there's too many people going on. You forgot to send through the invite.
So then when all the stories were in and I'm trying to lay it out, I still don't have Lee's story. And I was kind of like, wow, Leah's always early.
What the heck, Lee?
So I think I said it in code at first, like, oh yeah, I'm ready to put this issue together. And she didn't say like, oh, I have to give you my story. So then I wound up just asking and she was like, what invite? I was like, oh crap.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, that's me. I messed up. I never actually sent the invite. I just like mentioned it in conversation. And she said, well, I do have this one piece and I don't think you'd want it, but it could fit your theme. And it's a little bit of a personal piece for me. And like, she was just having a lot of doubt. Like, I don't know if it's great. You know, I haven't really edited it yet. And so she sent this story and I loved it. And I've read a lot of Lee Murray's work, and this is probably my favorite thing that she's ever written. So,
and I'd say probably the main reason for that is that it is odd.
It's odd.
It is an odd story.
It's personal and but there's a lot of emotion in that.
Yeah.
And a lot of horrific and beautiful things.
An alternate perspective, odd, emotional, yet emotional from an alternate perspective, and yet it still comes across as emotional, which is curious. Yeah,
and that's why it wound up being the opener. It was the last story to come in because the invite didn't get sent. Hey Gordon. But it was just the perfect opener for this entire issue. It kind of encapsulated the whole theme, which we haven't really talked about, of the devil or fake muse, reject the fake muse.
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking about the things that the beliefs that get put upon us that we accept. Like in the Substack, I was writing about how in second grade, we did like, what do you want to be when you grow up pictures? And the kid next to me named Dixon, I still remember him, had such a crush on him.
Oh yeah.
So look what happened, Dixon. Sorry, you missed out. But he next to me, he did like an astronaut. I think there was a couple presidents in the room.
Yeah.
You know, firemen. I think there was a superhero. And I drew a writer. It was actually a writer mother, but we'll just focus on the writing part of it for this. But I did a writer, a woman in an ankle-length dress. It looked like she was from like Little House on the Prairie with a huge pencil. And the teacher came by and she's like, oh, Dixon, an astronaut. Very good. Yeah, that's great. And then she looked at mine and she said, you can't be, that's when people used to call me Angie. You can't be a writer, Angie, because writers don't make money. And I just remember so I had to change my thing
Fiction.
Or take a C. And I took the C because I was like, no, I'm going to be a writer when I grow up. That's what I want to be. I don't want to be an astronaut. Flash forward today, I am a writer. I bet Dixon is not an astronaut.
Let's not poke the bear. Just in case.
Nothing against Dixon, but I'm just saying, like, it was more likely that I would be a writer than people would be astronauts and presidents and rock stars and whatever else.
So she actually asked you to change the image.
Yeah. Pick something better or take a C. And I do remember taking the C and being super mad about it.
I'm just glad that you didn't, like, knowing you when you were younger, you were like a little bit of an anarchist. So I'm surprised that you didn't like just kind of turn that against her and talk about how teachers are terrible jobs and stuff.
And I am subduing a lot of that. I have developed a lot from the past. I am much more of a forgiving and loving person.
Yeah. Yeah,
when
absolutely.
it comes to
I
establishment.
wish we still had that image. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Little rider with a big
I could
pencil.
redraw it because I
Yeah.
remember it like it was seared in that red C. I think it
Yeah.
was even a C minus, bitch.
Uh-huh.
Excuse my
The
language.
language.
Just saying, you know.
Uh,
But anyways, that's kind of like what this issue is rejecting those things that we're told, like you can't do it because,
yeah.
you know, the glass ceiling for women,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, men can't do this thing, men can't write women
Right, right,
characters,
right.
you know, artists starve, you
Hmm.
know, all of those lies
And obviously you're very passionate about the subject
might be
because we're
just a
going
little
off
bit.
of the story, which is Lee
Right,
Murray's,
right.
which
So,
honestly, Lee Murray's story is that though,
yeah, yeah.
from a perspective of livestock,
Hmm.
and the lies that you're told. But at the same
Yeah.
time, are we not all livestock?
We are
Are we
pretty
not
much livestock in a lot of
manipulated by
cases.
social media and different things like that? So.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, your thoughts on this? I mean, I guess we said it. You really loved
Yeah.
it. It was very different from a lot of Lee's writing.
Hmm.
That just shows that she has some alternate
Yeah.
stories. Yeah,
Multifaceted writer, which,
multifaceted.
yeah. So
It's
I
always
do want to
good.
say, Lee, I love this story,
Yeah,
and I really want to see more of these.
yeah.
It was so sad. I'm not going to cry about the cows, but and
They.
hello everybody that just joined
It's a happy story. No,
this
it's happy.
soapbox, the weeping soapbox.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I do love this story. Lee did such a fantastic job on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're opening with it.
Alrighty.
So Lee Murray, for anybody who doesn't know, which I doubt that, is a writer, editor, poet, and screenwriter, a 5 times Bram Stoker Awards winner. I share a couple of those with her.
Uh-huh.
I think one. And holder of a New Zealand's Prime Minister's Award for Literary Achievement in Fiction. And then you can find more about her at leemurray.info. Like she doesn't even, she's so awarded. I just, this bio would be like a page long. It would be a magazine for all the things that she's won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thank you, Lee, for sending that in, especially at the last minute, and just winding up, given the opening story. So,
Yeah. All right. So our next one was a poem, "Ever-Changing Landscape" by Olivia Sailor.
mm-hmm.
My thoughts on this, I really enjoyed how this flowed.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because ever-changing landscape, the flow of the landscape, etc. But just the way that I had to reread several times, like, to go over, because I was like, once you got started, it was kind of like a rock rolling down a hill, and you start going faster and faster and faster. It was just the way that it was written. It was yeah. It was very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and it's written from the perspective of a woman, but I feel like we all experience this as we age as well. That kind of that realization that time is passing, and with it, so are we. We are becoming different people. And
Yeah.
that's what I really got out of this, and I love how Olivia kind of equated it to the landscape. You know,
Yeah.
mountains eroding and rivers of tears, and you know, and yeah, just really good perspective. I don't want to spoil too much, but I mean, it's not really a spoiler, I guess, in poetry, but yeah, I was just really impressed with this poem. And it followed what Lee did perfectly. So, you know, absolutely. And
Yeah.
you don't have to take it off.
Oh, no. I was, it's just because Advene said that we're only visible from the nose up on their screen. I think it's because
weird.
maybe the phone is cutting us off or something like
Yeah.
that. And with poetry, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you don't want to necessarily show it, because then people aren't going to read, like they sneak peek read it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to give it up. But thank you for that. If you guys ever have any updates for us, as in like like the sound is funky, or the screen is not there, this is live, so obviously we're trying to see it on another screen, but if it messes up, please let us know.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah, we've had a couple of weird tech issues.
Yeah. There's always tech
yeah.
issues with live stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing the art for that one, the little title art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like creative clip art collage. So not really art, but that was a really fun one.
Alrighty. So now we've got. Well, maybe I can do this. All right. There we go. Hopefully that makes us less nose cut off. Just stick that there for now. All right, so Caution When Hunting Unicorns by Jamal Hodge with the very vivacious unicorn there.
A censored unicorn.
Censored unicorn, yeah. Solved? Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so what were your thoughts on this story?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. It is this was also a different piece from Jamal. I read a lot of Jamal's work, and this was definitely a different piece from what I've read from him in the past, and I really enjoyed it. It's sassy and sarcastic and a little bit naughty, kind of like Jamal, if you know him personally. He's a little bit sassy and naughty and...
A bit sassy and naughty, okay. Fair enough.
Hopefully that does not come across as an insult, Jamal. I mean it with respect. But yeah, it was just a very, obviously I don't want to give away the ending, but again, it's another perfect story for this issue because it's talking about the things that we believe that are not always the truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yeah, Jamal is awesome. And I'm going to point out the unicorn, the censored unicorn, is one of the jokes in this, and it's one of my favorite jokes. So I had to play it up in the title.
I was honestly, after looking at the image, I was like reading it, and I'm like, where is this unicorn? Where I need to find this. Like, I'm like, why? I'm still reading. It's a longer piece, and I'm like, well, come on, I need the manly unicorn.
The well-endowed censored unicorn is how we shall refer to him.
Yes. So for this story, I got like a lot of kind of like John Sawyer. Is it John Sawyer?
Oh, Tom Sawyer?
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
I was looking
at Jamal.
Yeah. So Tom, like kind of Tom Sawyer-esque kind of vibes from this story. I also halfway through, I was reading it. I was along the lines of, is this child that's playing music, is it actually, say, like Pan, or is it like I didn't know. I was kind of expecting a twist of like Fae or something, because it does have like the I think it's the Great Woods or the Forbidden Woods, and it's
fairy tale.
It is very fairy tale feeling. So I was half expecting. I mean, there is a unicorn in it, so it is obviously fantasy. But it had those vibes, and I was thinking this little shit of a, like, it came across very much like a fae that's just annoying and irritating and just poking at people. So I enjoyed that. Sometimes it's good to hate the protagonist in a story. But yeah, very enjoyable and an interesting kind of, and also I guess the dark twist in the end as well is very Fae driven. It's all fun and games, it's all happy and stuff like that, and then there's a darker twist at the end that's just kind of like, okay, that happened.
That's actually how fairy tales used to be. Like if you read the original Cinderella, she didn't just stick her feet in glass slippers. She actually got the stepsisters actually cut off their toes and their heels to fit in the glass slippers. So they used to be pretty dark, and then they got Disneyfied. Yeah,
the old fairy tales and a lot of Germanic ones with the Grimm's fairy tales, and it's all witches eating children and like some weird stuff. But that's another vibe that I get from this one.
And we think the internet's bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so highly recommend reading this story from Jamal and checking out his work. Really awesome individual. Like I said, it is a bit longer. So Jamal Hodge is a multi-talented, award-winning storyteller whose work across film and literature has earned him a rare combination of accolades. On screen, he co-produced the Academy Award-nominated documentary Armed with Only a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud. He also directed the first season of Discovery ID series, Primal Instinct. In literature, he is a Bram Stoker Award-winning author and Nebula Award finalist. He is also an Elgin Award winner, Dwarf Stars Award winner, and Riesling Award finalist. His forthcoming books, I'm Not a Good Person, I'm a New Yorker, Crystal Lake Publishing, September 2026, and Shard of Gotham, New York City Through the Looking Glass. I don't know, Radine? Books.
Yeah, we'll say Radon.
Radon
Sorry,
Books.
Radon, we that.
June 2027, so that's coming up. Continued his exploration of pain, identity, and redemption.
Yeah.
So go check out Jamal Hodge. All right, so the next one, A Ravenous Cloud by John Shirley.
Yeah, I really love this one. I love the rhythm that he put in here. It is kind of, and the reason why it follows on Jamal's is because Jamal's is very fairy tale, and that's how this starts. Very beautiful, golden, happy day, and then it turns dark.
And that's and you smile when you say that, and then it turns dark.
Yeah, we had that happy day thing happening, and then the darkness happened.
Yeah, lull them into a false sense of security, and then just ruin somebody's day.
That's what we're here
Perfection,
for.
yes.
That's what the speculative genre exists for.
Well, let's remind everybody that it is the devil issue. It doesn't actually say the devil issue on here.
They're reject fake Muse.
Reject fake Muse. So it is to do with the devil and rejecting falsified perceptions of the world. So
yeah, on the inside cover there is an explanation of the cover. The cover is inspired by the Devil Tarot card because we're working on a tarot inspired series of covers. I think until next April.
Yeah.
We have these planned out.
Yeah, and then hopefully we can make them.
Yeah, and the tarots are going with the themes. And so this was the devil. And a little backstory on that. It was the devil issue for the artist, which is Kira Starr.
Yeah.
And so as she's drawing, that image was becoming somebody that was a devil in her life, somebody that was a fake Muse in her life, for real. And then this wound up being my devil issue as well. I wound up having some personal challenges and some things that I had to revisit from the past and go deal with from this.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, everybody that just joined. Sorry, we're talking over here about the stories. We're forgetting people.
I've been reading. I'm just not going to interrupt you when you're talking. So Edvain actually asked, this is the first time I've joined you guys live. I'm assuming this is a regular broadcast. How are you choosing these tales for review?
Well, Edvain, I'm glad you asked. These are all from Space and Time magazine. This is the issue that's releasing tomorrow. And so every issue of Space and Time, we take the month and we break it up and we talk about usually two stories and two poems from that issue every Monday.
Yep. And this is the new issue that's coming up, 152. So you guys can pre-order it and check it out at this link. That I'm just dropping in the chat right now. We also have the shop with a lot of other stories, a lot of the past issues and different things like that.
That's what our issues usually look like.
Yeah, and we're getting some more things recently. You want to talk about the press a little bit?
Oh, yeah. We are at this exact moment. This was the meeting I was talking in right before this happened, this podcast thing happened. But very soon, like in the next couple of weeks, we're having every issue of Space and Time available in a historical archive. And so you can see we have some of them here. I think I got to 124 or 125. These that you're seeing on the screen is under Hildy Silverman.
Yep.
And so the three editors, this is all the issues that we've put together over the years. The magazine started in 1966, for anybody who doesn't know. That golden issue right there, 133, is the issue we took over with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Hildy and Gordon are getting, we're sharing the royalties from these when they do sell. So you're still supporting the original editors and the original people who made the magazine. And we're just building it out. We have 202 books in the queue that we need, most of which are Space and Time magazines. So, full disclosure. Pixie is coming out with a book in July. You're coming out with a book this month.
Am I?
It's a reprint, Thorn.
Oh yeah. I saw it up there because we're reprinting the story. Yeah.
Yep. And
this was Angela's influence on me. She's like, "Hey, you should write a book because you're creative," and I'm like, it seems a bit difficult. She's like, "No, it's actually really easy."
Yeah.
And then books. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he writes over 100,000 words.
Yeah.
And I think I finally did my first novel length work, like last year or the year before with In Eugenie?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I struggled. I'm not a long writer. I'm a short writer. I'm a
Yeah.
short girl and a short writer.
Well, I like fantasy. Fantasy's all long. That's kind of what happens. It just kind of keeps going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how we're choosing them. Everybody that is in the magazine. That's why we started this podcast. Is just then we can have kind of the publisher and the editor's thoughts on the stories and the poetry and the work in the magazine, and
Yeah,
kind
shine
of
a
what
little
we
spotlight on these.
and what we enjoyed about individual stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So every Monday, same time.
Yeah. And if you want to get in Space and Time, we actually have submissions open right now for the September issue. That is, if you go to authortunitiespress.com, you can actually click the Space and Time link at the top. But yeah, authortunitiespress.com, click Space and Time, and you can see right there, if you click on Write, that's our submission calls. We open the first week of every month, and it's themed, and it's flash and poetry, mostly because we get a lot of submissions, and we really had to start kind of trying to streamline it just a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, but we did change it to a monthly very recently. It was quarterly.
Yeah, and that's why that was one of the concessions to go monthly, is we had to make the content shorter.
Yep.
Which means we can also have more people in there.
Yeah, exactly. Get more voices out into the world. So
so that's happening now. We don't advertise it because it means that we get it comes down to like probably 25 to 30 agonizingly wonderful stories at the end of every
after hundreds and hundreds of submissions.
So we don't really advertise open submissions, but if you know, you know, and if you're here, you now know. So, and we also have the Space and Time Reader Awards. So next April, we're going to be voting on the Reader Choice Awards, and so one story, one poem of the year. And I can't remember what else, but if you click under Celebrate, that's the Reader Choice Awards, and I'm getting ready to open those up for this issue when it releases tomorrow.
Yepers.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Very busy.
yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah. I'd love to see a story from you.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, the more stories, the better.
Thank you, Pixie. Look at all the love in the chat. Thank you. That's why we do this, is because of love for this genre, for the people that are in this genre. Speculative writers and poets are the best, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Well, and
I will fight anybody that tells me a different.
When I was just thinking, I'm like, we're in a much better place financially where we can actually do it monthly now, as opposed to what we were originally when we're standing in soup kitchen lines. So then you can spend the money on the writers as opposed to spending it on food.
Yeah, we can actually share that now. At the time, we were pretty embarrassed, but back in 2020, a few people probably remember that time as a particularly difficult time. The magazine almost closed because we wound up, remember when all the mail got lost? Well, that was us. We were there. And that was when we printed the issues ahead of time, so they were limited. And then we mailed them out ourselves, and we usually lost money on the postage because we were shipping to like France and Germany. And then we lost a whole batch, a whole shipment, we were literally standing in line to ship the issues as the country was being closed down for COVID.
Yeah.
And then all of those issues pretty much never arrived. I don't know what the post office did with it. I'd like to think they read them.
Yeah.
And they shared them out for Christmas.
Dump them into landfill. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, so that was fine. We sent out the second batch to replace them, and those went missing. And we almost had to close the magazine because, it was coming out of our grocery money, basically. We are not rich people. Magazines don't tend to make a wealth, we'll say, like a wealth of return.
No.
But so to keep the magazine going, we were sitting in Kansas City in the food lines in the car, like to pick up like the charity food, editing magazine issues on the phone so that we could use our grocery money to pay the contributors.
Yeah.
And felt so guilty about it, which is why we never talked about it, because I'd be like, some of the people in this line don't have that choice. They don't have the money to choose. And we are choosing to keep. But I like to think we were helping starving artists.
Yeah.
Which is a lie because of this issue. You don't have to be that way.
We just wanted to keep it going. We're the sort of people that like will sacrifice for the art because it's more fun.
And it lasts longer.
So yeah.
And we can get free bacon. So
Yeah, and if you got in there quickly at the food lines, you got actually some pretty good foods.
yeah. So not complaining too much, but we're glad we did it because here we still are.
Yeah.
That is when the magazine went through a lot of shifts, went to print on demand. That's why, because we just couldn't afford
Yeah.
to, because it was like I think it was like $2,000 or $3,000 for the issue
Yeah.
to have them all pre-printed, and we
Yeah.
just couldn't afford to lose that
And
again.
then boxed them up in storage and all that other
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
anyway.
So that is the history behind this very historic magazine, and we love it, and we're not letting it go anywhere. And we're super proud that it is now monthly, because this is the time that we need to reject the fake Muse and have more voices out there talking what we are talking about in the speculative realm.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
You know. Back to a Ravenous Cloud.
Sorry,
Segue.
John. We just
So back to John.
sidestepped that.
All right. So you were talking about this this poem and how much it meant to you.
Yeah, just that it went perfectly with the preceding story from Jamal because it's very like fairy tale, but then it is the segue into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that darkness we will be talking about next week.
Yeah. Yeah, and I very much I always like it when things are taken to a dark place as well, because it shows that other people are going through similar struggles as you are. It humanizes. But I really enjoyed this poem as well.
Yeah.
Really, really fantastic. So awesome job, John.
Yeah. Well, he's
really,
always
really great.
fabulous. I don't know if he knows this, but I edited his first poetry Stoker nomination book, whatever. It was nominated for the Stoker. Yeah, and I wound up, I think it was through Alessandro Manzetti's press. And I was doing stuff for Alessandro at that time. So, but yeah, anyways, waxing on.
waxing poetic.
Yeah.
We're proud of each of you. Each poem is story. Yeah, absolutely, Pixie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and speaking of Pixie, at the end of this issue, I did do a little change up to my, I'm going to say it was a very boring column. The lonely writers. I am going off track, but if there's Pixie's book there. She's one of our spotlights this week. And then so this is coming out on July 22nd. Pixie and I are finalizing it right now. It is now at its beautiful perfect state. All the typos have been caught. The poetry is beautiful. It all works. And now we are going to mess it up. And we are going to start doing some broken things to the layout.
Awesome.
With Pixie's permission
Nah,
and
that sounds fantastic.
encouragement. Yeah, we're going to be doing, she has done so many wonderful creative things with this issue. And I really want to talk about them. But she has broken the rules of poetry in so many wonderful and beautiful and, I want to say horrifying, but in a good way. Horrifying in a good way. That it's been a pleasure to put this together. And I love that she is so open. I mean, she's encouraging it for me to break this issue and do a lot of fun things with it.
Yep.
And then in the book column, which we never talk about, but there is a little book spotlight column. You can actually scroll up just a little bit more. That's the altruist. A little bit more.
There's Pixie here.
Yeah, that's her bio. And then it's
Okay.
the last column of the issue.
Okay. I like the quote from Pixie though.
Beautiful, blah. Yeah, beautifully fucked up, I'll just say. I'm actually reading Pixie's words, not saying it. It was that one.
Oh, was that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Lonely Books Club.
Oh, okay.
So before, I was doing a very boring column on new books that came out, right? Because we need to spotlight that. But I was like, wow, when I'm boring myself, like I'm excited about the books, but to talk about the recap books, we do that. That's just what we do. So now we've changed that into a Lonely Books Club. So these are lonely books looking for readers. And Pixie was the first one I featured in that. Dark speculative poetry collection seeks reader with a nervous system and poor boundaries. Must enjoy fear as an art form, phobias with teeth, psychological horror, and poems that stare back. Best suited for anyone who has been afraid of an object, a thought, a mirror, a body, a memory, or themselves. Casual comfort seekers need not apply. To connect, seek out Poems to be Afraid of by Pixie Bruner at Opportunities Press. We're super proud to come out with this on July 22nd, so very soon. Yeah, so anyways, I just thought it was a way more fun way to talk about books and more realistic too.
Yes. Yes. I think it's a good little I don't know, thing.
Fun thing.
My words are not wording.
Yeah, it's because it's cold, and I
Yes.
think we need coffee.
Okay, I think that's probably a good idea. All right, so I think we've talked about everything, but you can get Pixie's book as well on Authortunities.
Yep.
That is,
Opportunitiespress.com.
where is it? It's
Yeah,
is it a?
yeah, if you
Do
go
we have it
to
pre?
poetry. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was on a separate thing. You know how you had a
Oh,
separate
yeah,
thing
yeah,
one time.
yeah. Yep, so there she is. Pre-order it now. She already has a stack of pre-orders. Um, yeah, but don't see the top where it starts out. Consider this your all triggers warning. Proceed with caution. I'm not kidding. So there was a couple of poems in there that like kind of touched upon some things that
Yeah,
give me shivers.
yeah. So not obviously no book is for everyone, but
Yeah.
if you're liking something a little bit darker, a little bit poetic,
Yeah, and challenging something that will challenge
yeah.
your fears.
yeah, I mean, like look at the imagery.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't bode well. Like this does not look super happy go lucky.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, awesome source.
Oh yeah, that's actually by Christoph Corvinus. And it's a friend of Pixie's that did the art for that. He
Yeah.
did a fantastic
Oh, dude,
job.
it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks really,
Such
really
a
great.
cool image.
All right, cool. Well, book is not nice. Perfect. Just sell it to more
Book
people,
is not
Brixie.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Like Pixie, you're really selling the book. It's good. And your parents don't want you to read it, so are you going to read it?
Oh, yeah.
There you go, a little bit of reverse psychology there. All right, beautiful people. We are done for the day. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah.
for stopping by and spending some time with us while we're chatting. We will be back again next week on Monday.
Yep.
Roughly like 2:30 Eastern Pacific time, if you're currently residing in America. Yeah, we'll talk about some more stories, some more poetry, and go from there.
Yeah. Pixie
Get
thinks
coffee.
she might have gone too far with poems to be afraid of. You put your warning right on it. It's the title. Be afraid of
Yep.
these poems. I think
There you
you're
go.
fine.
There you go. And I agree. Coffee Fueled Story says go get coffee.
Yeah.
From a professional, we obviously have to.
Yeah, she knows what she does know her coffee. So
Yep.
So yeah, thank you everybody. We'll see you
Yep.
next Monday, and we will go over the next stories. We'll also probably be able to share what stories we took for September.
Yes. Yes. And more updates, hopefully, coming soon. So we love your faces. We will see you next time. Everybody go get some coffee.
Yes, I agree.